Sure. This is my company. I founded it, and these are our electric motorcycles. They're off-road motorcycles, all electric, battery-powered motorcycles.
How did you ever get into something like this?
Well, I've always loved motorcycles. I really have enjoyed motorcycles since I was young, and I love riding, street bikes and dirt bikes. And then I wanted to get something I could ride anywhere because, you know, I like the sound of a noisy gas bike, but nobody else does. My neighbors hate them. My own mother even hates the sound of a noisy gas bike. So I needed something quiet, and plus I have little kids now, and, you know, they don't like the noise. So I developed these electric motorcycles so we could kind of all ride as a family, and it opened up the areas I could ride in. I could take these out and ride anywhere, anytime, day or night, and nobody minds.
What's the biggest difference between like a regular dirt bike and an electric one?
Well, electric dirt bikes they're different. It's a different experience, and our particular electric dirt bikes are very fast and powerful. They're very, very lightweight, which is the secret to how come they're so fast and powerful. So they actually weigh less than the corresponding gas dirt bike. So unlike other electric vehicles that are actually heavier than their gas engine counterparts, our electric motorcycle is only 150 pounds, which is about, you know, compared to a normal dirt bike, is about 230 pounds, 250 pounds. This is actually much lighter, so it's very, very fast. It has all the power, a lot less weight, so you get going really, really fast. So it's different to ride. It has a lot of low-speed acceleration. It's very quick out of the hole, off the line. It doesn't have the high-end top speed of a gas bike, but it really, for most riding, you just don't need that high-end top speed.
Seeing that most of it's commuter, so...
Well, most of it's commuting, and most of it's just riding around local trails, and you know, and the fun part of it isn't really just sitting there wide open and you know, breaking the speed limit. It's much more for fun to ride around, and especially when you're riding in town and you are commuting with the motorcycle, then yeah, you're right. You can, you know, we rode in San Francisco a few months ago, and we could only average about 12 miles per hour in San Francisco because of the traffic. I mean, you just can't, there's no place you can turn a motorcycle loose in the urban environment. So it really is a waste to have a high-speed motorcycle when you're in a big city.
The biggest misunderstanding from people that don't know about these bikes, about them? I mean, the people like regular dirt bike riders, are they like prejudiced and like don't want to ride them? Or?
Well, I think the biggest thing is people think that they're toys and that electric vehicles are slow. We wanted to dispel that myth by having this 24 hours of Electrocross, and you can see you can see these guys are going incredibly fast behind me. So it's incredibly fast, incredibly fun, and we're going 24 hours. So we're showing that you know, it's not just 10 minutes of range. You can really go 24 hours because we have a battery pack that swaps in and out. So people can ride, you know, hard, and we can get between 1 and 2 hours of riding time. I mean, these guys are draining their battery packs a little faster because they're going insanely fast. But for most riding, you can get a lot of riding done.
Is today's event turning out how you were liking it to be, or?
This whole event's just amazing. You know, I'm really just really happy that all the people came from all over the world. We got people from the UK, people from New Mexico. We got people from all over the country coming here to do this, and everyone's really excited about it, and I think we've got a good bunch of people here. So I'm really glad we did it, and everything's going really well. We're 3 hours into the event. We still have 10 teams competing. No one's crashed, no one's hurt themselves, so that's a good event.
In 21 hours, 24 hours, doesn't that seem excessively long, or is it to prove a point, or?
It is excessively long. I think you'll see, even though we have you know, teams of 6 to 10 riders a piece per bike, the bike's going to last a lot longer than a lot of these people. You know, it's off-road riding is very punishing and it's very physically demanding. So we wanted to show that the machines are here and they're ready to use, and they'll last longer than you will.
What's the prize for the winning team?
Well, we have a lot of prizes. The first place doesn't get any different prize than the last place. We're really doing this as a demonstration event. So we're just raffling out the prizes. We have sponsors from Bell Helmets, Fox Shocks, Alpenstars, Kina Solar. We've got a lot of clothing and helmets and motorcycle stands. So we've gotten a lot of good sponsorship, and everybody gets a prize. Everybody goes home a winner. It's going to be a lot of fun. So this is our motorcycle. It's got an all-aluminum frame. It's all thin-wall aircraft aluminum, so it's only 18 pounds. So it starts there, and then the heart of the bike is this battery pack. And this is our patent-pending lithium-ion array, and it's the lightest and smallest battery pack in the world for how much power it has. So it's really a revolutionary design. It has a huge amount of power output, but it's very small and light. So that's the whole secret behind having a very light electric vehicle, is having a very small, lightweight battery pack. So we drive that through an electric motor down here, permanent magnet electric vehicle motor, very, very efficient, 90+% efficient. So that really lets you use only 40 cents of electricity on a full charge, and you go about 40 miles for 40 cents. So it's incredibly inexpensive to ride around.
How long does it take to charge it?
It takes 2 hours to charge it, and out here at the event we have some special fast charges, so we're charging in 1 hour.
So are you thinking that this is going to be like a big market in the future for this kind of bikes, or how long do you think it's going to take before people are starting to pick these things up and like having more races and competitions and stuff like that?
Well, I'm sure that this is not only going to be a big market, it's going to be the only market. I mean, it's so inexpensive to ride these motorcycles, and there's so much power, and they're obviously very, very clean and environmentally friendly. There's going to, in 10 years, there'll be nothing except electric vehicles out there. And I think we're seeing here really the first event of its kind, but it's really going to be the only kind of a racing event we'll have here in 10 to 20 years. I mean, we only have so much of a supply of gasoline on this earth, and we're going to use that up. And if we don't use that up, we're going to run out of air first to breathe. So, we're going to have electric vehicles, and you can have electric vehicles, and they can be fun and fast. So, it's a win-win for everybody.
So, when did you start making electrical bikes? I mean, how did you get into this business?
Well, I started about 5 years ago. Before that, I've been a product developer with my own company for about 15 years, developing all kinds of products. I've also worked at NASA, where we studied a lot of transportation problems, and we figured out that electric vehicles really made the most sense for transportation. That was a study we did with the state of California to figure out what was the best place to put state dollars, state tax dollars, and bond dollars to help make a clean transportation system for the state of California. And electric vehicles are hands down the winner. So from that study, I really wanted to do an electric vehicle and get into the business because I know it's the future. And so I started developing these bikes 5 years ago, and then 3 years ago formed the company, and we've been selling bikes ever since.
So, I'm going to assume your first one was built in a garage or something like that.
We were a true garage company. We built the first couple bikes in our garage, and my wife and I, we sold our houses and sacrificed a lot to make this thing happen. And it's pretty amazing. We've gone from my garage to this big event here. We got people from all over the world coming to race. It's great.
Where do you see the future of Zero going?
Well, Zero, we're going to stay focused on motorcycles. I really want to be a company that makes the best motorcycles in the world, the highest performance, best looking, best designed, most reliable motorcycles. So we're going to stay focused on motorcycles. We are going to release a street bike here in a few weeks. Everyone's very excited about that. We've sold almost 100 of them without anyone even seeing it. So that's very exciting. We'll come out with yet another street bike toward the end of the year. So we'll have one off-road bike and 2 street bikes. So, we're going to stay focused on motorcycles for a while.
I have a strange question. Do you think that we will have problems in the future with silent vehicles in the traffic, like in cities? Like people not seeing them coming up?
Well, you can hear in the background, you can hear a little bit of chain noise, and the motorcycles are not totally silent, so there's enough noise, you can hear them coming, and certainly it's easy enough to make the motorcycles make noise. So it really hasn't been a problem. I mean, the disadvantages, yes, it's hard to hear them coming, but the advantage for the driver's point of view is you can hear people coming up from behind you. You can avoid accidents just because you're not totally deaf to the outside world because there's a gas engine, making a lot of noise.
Got everything I need.
Thank you. All right, guys.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you for being here.
Appreciate it very much. Thanks, Neil.
Appreciate it.